still allowed in Eat Soft Shuffle.
Yeah, it could be. I'll go with just south of desert. That sounds good.
So we're both starting around desert, and we were completely off. Potion shop for the day.
Yeah, this counts as dead woods, and, well, get those door repair messages out of the way when you have no money.
Is that a door repair or just a troll community hint? I couldn't tell, actually.
I'm kind of guessing it's a door repair, but it easily could have been the White Sword or Magical Hint replaced.
Well, that is certainly not a troll rupee message. That was, well, 27. It could be worse. Hello!
Oh, we'll take a free bow.
The bow is one of the 2 required items needed in order to finish the game, and our runners have already found them at about the 40-second mark.
That is very nice. If they are able to amass some rupees and find an arrow shop, hey, you already got a weapon without a sword.
True, but I'm pretty sure our runners would prefer a sword. There are about 28 open locations that our runners are able to access to get a wooden sword. And we have route divergence immediately.
Well, Slidick is finding a free candle. That's always nice. Helps with the early exploration.
And unfortunately, I had missed what was at vanilla level 3. I may have been a potion shop.
Yeah, nothing too relevant there.
Ouch! 77? I mean, if there was one more 7, I would call it the best jackpot of all times, but unfortunately, we can only count up to 255.
Yeah, so the large secret is smaller than usual. That's not great. Especially when you get a free bow and potential of needing a lot of rupees for arrows.
We did find a sword early. Okay, banana lamp is door repair, good call. But unfortunately that sword was the magical sword. We are nowhere near close to being able to pick that up.
Oh, and Sydarial getting too many boomerangs to the face there.
Slidick has to be careful himself. He's at half a heart, and there are blue gorillas guarding vanilla level 1. I am sorry. I don't want to commentate curse this early.
Gorillas on the overworld are really rough. They just seem to whip out those boomerangs when you least want them to, and they hurt.
Well, fortunately, we have an early level 2 find. Uh-oh.
Get out of here and come back with the ladder. That's kind of what that's telling me.
Yeah, I'm getting that same vibe. Slidick is hoping to find a bomb wall and choosing to not check the left side.
Yeah, low probability.
So right now, oh, I just saw something. Those one of the features with the current flags is the enemies have a 2 HP or 2 wooden sword hit variants. I believe that Blue Gorilla only took 2 candle hits, so they are weaker than normal.
Well, that is nice. It'll be a nice source of bombs once they're able to reliably kill them. And Slidick finds what Sydarial did, that group of boomerangs on that screen, deadly.
Someone want to explain? Hold on, level 4. Alright, level 4, southwest into Candle Alley, and Gibdo's reign supreme.
So what they're doing when they dive into these levels early is they're trying to find an open stair and a great, like, item find. And this is, like, wand, white sword, something that kind of eliminates the need for a wood sword. No such luck.
Ew! Okay.
Yeah, okay, great. Small secrets, nothing.
Full disclaimer, I rolled the seed, I stated I was feeling trollish, I didn't want it to be that trollish!
So money might be a bit hard for them to gather. Sydarial with another level find though, level 6.
Yep, I believe level 6 was also in Candle Alley, and we have an Aquamentus nearby.
And these levels are not coughing up anything for our runners. It's like, you need a sword to get anywhere in these places.
And Slidick is about to discover those 2 levels as well.
It does look like level 6 is in the middle of Candle Row there.
We'll get it straightened out shortly, folks. Potion shop at the other end of Candle Alley, and level 5 is in the forest. That is the eastern forest, not the western one. Western one is the Dead Woods.
Slidick finding the same thing in 4. Free map, weird shape, now leave.
Yeah, unfortunately, our runners could use bombs right now. And they're not in a good position to get bombs until they get a sword.
Candle shop under a burn bush, that seems about right.
Well, there's some bombs.
Early bombs is nice, it helps you with the reducing backtracking. You want to minimize that as much as possible, and hey, a heart container you can't pick up until you have more heart containers.
That feels redundant, I think.
Basically, it just gives you more health at some point in the future, and maybe a mag's chance, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully the toll rooms don't take away health.
Well, I'd find those right now when you have 3 hearts, because you can just go into zombie mode and skip out on losing that heart. Finding them later, though, yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, I don't utilize zombie mode that much. Partially because I prefer the health. I'm more of a defensive player.
Yeah, it's a lot about timing and diving into dungeons early. And if you're stuck on 3 hearts for a while, it's a good thing to do.
So we found 2 candle shops so far. That means that is not the rare shop. There are 4 distinct types of shops, not counting potion shops.
Does look like they're, at least Sydarial is prioritizing exploration as opposed to hunting down, alright, there's wood arrows. Hunting down that wood sword.
Yep. And fortunately, Sydarial does have the bow, so able to use them right away.
Not a lot of money to use them, but it's nice to have. Might want to use them on this screen just to get rid of these guys, because they're 1 hit to an arrow.
This time, anyway.
Yeah, they could have been 3 wood arrows worth, so very fortunate shuffle on them.
Alright, Slidick is hoping for... Don't know what exactly. We already found the Armos item. But unfortunately, we don't know where that wooden sword is yet. Not there.
Yeah, a lot of open caves up in the northeast, so there's a decent chance that it's up here at this point.
Not there. Just the second of the ones. Ooh, nice bomb drop for Sydarial.
Very good use of the arrows to fill up on bombs there.
Alright, Slidick is heading towards Casino Corner, as I like to call it. While Sydarial is heading towards the forest.
Oh, 11 for bombs isn't bad. Just a little bit more, but it could have been a whole lot worse.
And Candle required. Level 5 is where level 8 was in Vanilla First Quest.
And making use of arrows to kill some wall masters gets a heart container. Alright, not bad.
Rip Zombie Link. Also, bomb upgrade.
That's something to make a note of for in the future. Maybe you can record her back if you get the Triforce here and you can just swing in and... Oh, hi Patra.
Seeing Patras in a dungeon is not a good thing. Because if it's a Patra in one spot, it's a Patra in all boss spots.
And level 5s, there's going to be more than one Patra in here.
Since when did Casino Corner become the, health nursery area? Because that was 2 take-any's up there.
I'd take it. That's nice. You want to kind of boost up your health in the beginning. 3 hearts is not a lot, and it's quite easy to die. A lot of things do 2 hearts of damage.
Alright, coast spot. Nothing good. What about on the ladder? Ooh, red ring.
That is something you're going to want to swing back and get when you get the ladder.
So now we just have to hope that that ladder is easily found. Info shop.
And because
Slidick is
oh, the other info
Second
shop.
Yep, we have found both info shops, but due to the mixed hints, they may not be useful, and there's the 4th one. It was all concentrated in the northeast for the most part.
Yeah, just that one near start so they could get that early candle, and then bam, all the other 3 northeast.
Well, at least this is a healthy seed. And that's the last of the big secrets.
And no wood sword over here. I mean, we got the Waterfall and Vanilla 5 location. Otherwise, we're looking at Grave and Death Mountain.
Well, don't forget Vanilla Level 2. That's where Sydarial is right now.
Yeah, this kind of wraps up the forest. We'll see what's in there.
And gambling.
We've got fun and games. Later, old man.
Alright, based off of the remaining open caves here, we have not that many. I believe the grave counts, you know, the actual grave where the
Correct.
magic sword was. Vanilla level 6. The Armo spot in the grave, the open cave east of the grave, and the one cave west of Spectacle Rock.
And the Waterfall, Vanilla 5, and north of the Waterfall, the White Sword Cave and Vanilla. Haven't seen anyone kind of loop over there, but Sydarial might be.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. So, just to explain the mixed hints, you've seen some of this before. Well, there's an example. The shopkeeper was Kapora Gebora for a moment. The other one talked about upgrading to Windows 10. Those are the community hints. In other words, hot garbage. Completely useless.
Yeah, hints that the community submitted to Fred Coughlin, the creator of the randomizer, and he just put him in just as, you know, a little troll. You spend some money and this is what you get. Bomb upgrade purchase for Slidick. Nice. Plus 5.
Agreed. Too many Mareeps asks in chat, what happens if you use the bow and arrow with 1 rupee? You fire the 1 arrow, rupee, and you just can't fire again until you get more rupees, because we are in a strange land where money is converted to arrows. No, I don't get it either.
Well, I like to think they put the rupee in the bow and they fire that instead of arrows.
So, is Link attacking with capitalism or something?
Something like that. And the arrows that you buy is just kind of like some fletchings that you just put on your rupees and, you know, just a little arrow making kit.
While we wonder about the mechanics, then... Okay, just to clarify too many Mareeps, once you find the bow is yours to keep no matter what.
Same with the arrows. It never goes away, even if you run out of money.
You just need the money to fire the arrow that you pick up. It's like, in all honesty, instead of the arrow, it should actually be a quiver that you purchase at the shop. But that goes into Nintendo logic.
Yeah, they couldn't draw the guy following you around carrying a bunch of arrows, and every arrow you pull from him, you have to give him a rupee.
Now, interesting, Slidick is choosing not to purchase wooden arrows, even though money is available for it.
Yeah, given that you have a bow, maybe he's going back? Yeah, he's going back.
There we go. Both of our runners now have a long-range weapon. Not a permanent one, mind you, but it'll still help.
Definitely helps with the overworld exploration sometimes. You can shoot some arrows, get rid of some enemies, get some bombs.
DMC Car 12, I don't think that's possible, and I don't even think that's possible in Breath of the Wild either. Alright, here comes that Lost Hills check that you were talking about.
Yeah, Sydarial going up the mountain to see what's up here.
Bull's voice. And another unsatisfied customer with a banana lamp.
Yeah, no luck on that wood sword yet. 2 more spots over here, otherwise to the west.
Bottom of the waterfall. Second bomb shop. At least that's not the rare one.
And Slidick's going to be finding all this fun stuff too.
Which means the arrow shop is the rare one if I've counted everything correctly. And that old man got lost.
Yeah, so no white sword hint, which we don't need. Oh, and that's not good for Slidick.
Well, for all we know, that could have been the magical sword hint.
Right.
We just don't know which one.
One or the other. Either way, it's not needed. Mags was already found. And Slidick, are you gonna actually go all the way back up there again?
I think so. Or there are 2 bomb spots that we haven't checked at Vanilla Start.
And Sydarial gets the free heart container. Why not?
Ah, that's where our warps are hiding.
Well,
that
that's
takes
useful.
out... Yeah, I mean, useful, yes, but that takes away one vanilla wooden sword item. Well, not vanilla, but one wooden sword item is gone. Location, I should say.
Yeah, and puts him up near all these others. Is it actually going to be West Death Mountain?
It may be. We're running out. If it's not level 6 and if it's not the grave, gotta go up to Spectacle Rock.
That's always the trolliest location for it to be. Other than north of the waterfall with, like, death enemies. But no. Vanilla 6, there's your sword.
And I bet Slidick is relieved to find that. 17 minutes, 30 seconds in, Slidick has the wooden sword.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good. Getting a sword that late.
A few runners that I've talked to said that, ideally you would get a sword within 10 to 20 minutes. And our runners haven't done much dungeon diving, so... it's maybe slightly higher than average, but still a good find. Both runners now have their swords.
But what they have managed to do is explore a lot of the overworld, and we've only found 4 levels. That's making me think this Death Mountain area is going to have quite a few. Case in point, level 7.
That is correct, but the other possibility is we may have a few dungeons that are hidden behind other items. Ew, blue dark nuts.
Yeah, 8 of them. Oof.
And, well, fortunately we can actually take out a Goma, or just get the compass out from under him and just move west.
And also learn that that blue dark nut room has no reason to be cleared, unlike this one, which might have an item.
The unfortunate part is, it's going to be hard to keep up with how much HP these dark nuts have. Wait. They're either 6 or 7 HP at dark nuts, I think.
I want to say that guy died relatively quick, so I'm thinking 6.
Yep. Just has to be careful. Hoping to use bombs. Only got 1, but down to 2 left. Too many Mareeps. Yes, enemy HP is randomized right now. I should go over the main differences between the flags here and the flags used in the Swiss rounds about a month ago. So, the big changes here. You've seen the mixed hints, where some of the hints are just random messages. Hold on. Silver's in 7! Holy crap.
Wow, and Sydarial is in this exact same room. Wow.
Well, this is... It's not exactly go mode yet. We know we need the ladder in order to finish some of the dungeons, but holy crap. So, let me try to explain some of the rest of this. So, random enemy HP, well, up to 2 extra or 2 less HP. Both enemies and bosses are affected by this. And get a look at that level 7 map, because it's not going to come into play anymore. What is that ink blot, folks?
That is something. I think having that bomb upgrade is really helping out Slidick here. He's able to have that high max bombs. Made good use of them to defeat all those Dark Nuts. And Sydarial is going to be very happy he killed that room.
Indeed. Alright, so I would like to get back to what I was saying before we find something else of importance. Waiting. Okay, that's not important. So, mixed hints. Oh, come on, game. Mixed hints, variant HP, and second quest dungeon rooms.
Yeah, so with second quest dungeon rooms, all those staircase rooms in second quests, like the bracket room, the 5-pair, all those things, those exist in here, potentially. So, a lot more rooms to check if you want to find your items.
And, Dr. Nate, we are not in go mode yet, actually. We know we require the ladder in order to finish this seed.
Yeah, level 2 is almost certainly ladder blocked unless there's an opening to the left that wasn't checked. Otherwise, there's a Chevy room blocking total progress.
Okay, not many overworld spots to check left based off of current equipment. Sydarial, you have to turn around.
Luckily, it does not get trapped in that room and have to up A.
Letter, nice find. Alright, our runners are able to explore... not too much more. Now, admittedly, they did just take 1 warp. There is they did take the warp that is west of Vanilla Start, and they only took it up to, well, this screen where Slidick is going, or almost going. One to the right there, Slidick. There you go. This was the second warp screen, guarded by boulders. Where does the third one go? Forgotten
and
spot.
Boomerang.
Ugh.
So, where are our other levels? Power Bracelet, Raft, East Death Mountain. I think there's a couple random spots on the overworld not checked.
Like right here. Don't forget the recorder. That may be a good one to check, too.
Yeah, for a seed that's like, here, have a bow, here, silver arrows. It's like, well, do I keep digging for Power Bracelet? Do I keep digging for Recorder, Raft?
Based off of what I've been tracking on my personal map, maybe. And the reason I say that is... there aren't a lot of spots left on the overworld.
I think you have to.
Yeah, we have 4 screens still unaccounted for on Death Mountain. I don't know if anyone bombed just south of the Lost Woods. Oh, there's level 8 just north of Vanilla Start. And you have to use one of... Okay, there we go. Just gotta exit, enter, there you go. Alright, second quest rooms, this room is a good example. In first quest, this stairway room doesn't actually have a stairway. However, any room that has a block in the center row can be pushed.
It does have the potential to be a stair, unless there's a shutter door, like that room had, in which case, yeah, it's nothing. Same with this one, shutter door means no staircase. But it could be pushed to open the door, you just never really know.
You know how to call him, Thorwolf.
Oh, Sydarial's in East Death Mountain, but out of bombs. That's not good. You want to be checking these spots.
Indeed, the only spot that Sydarial can check, unless this blue Octorok is nice. I was hoping. No! There was one spot you could have checked, Sydarial! Ugh. Okay, based off of my map, the only two bomb shops that I think our runners have found were either North River, Bottom Waterfall, or Casino Corner.
And Slidick's clearing this room. Single block. Might be an item, might be a staircase to somewhere else in the dungeon.
Indeed, level 8 has 2 items in it, but levels 5 through 8 are guaranteed 1 transport tunnel. Like so.
Yeah. Usually an early one is going to be a transport to somewhere else. Not always, but usually.
And the Dongos choose to greet Slidick, while Sydarial is going to explore a little bit more of the Dead Woods. Well, that's an early Triforce find for level 8.
And one room beyond the Triforce, what do we have?
Nice block clip. It's a segmented level 8.
Bubble, please. Well, Bubble's kind of keeping him alive, but still, all those enemies swarming. That's rough.
Oh shoot.
Does look like Slidick is not gonna just immediately Triforce and go here. Unless, well, might get blocked.
I mean, it makes sense, you know, both of our runners know they need the ladder at this point. So as interesting as it has been to identify and get bow and silver arrows early, we're not exactly there yet. Slidick is choosing to take the Triforce now and just say, maybe later, maybe come back, hard to tell.
It'll be interesting to see if he goes back in, if it was just kind of a health grab. No, he's gonna dive into 4 or 6. They're nearby. Maybe you find what you need there.
I would rather dive into 4 than 6, in all honesty.
Yeah, 6 tends to be rather huge, and 4, they already got a map. It was just on the ground.
However, Sydarial needs bombs. Slidick has them, so Slidick is going to have a good advantage here.
Yeah, lacking those bombs is really hindering Sydarial at this moment. Wow, okay.
Early any key. You need a weapon, but our runners have weapons at this point, so there you go.
Yeah, that's a free any key right there. And he had 0 keys. It's not often you get any key with 0 keys, but it's always nice.
Did Sydarial not push that block where the Aquamentus was in?
I want to say there was a shutter, but I wasn't looking too closely.
Okay, if there was a shutter, then I had missed that. Ew, Lionels are also in the dungeons.
Yeah, and they're lagging this one up good. Not too much health, it looks like.
Alright, level 6, transport, not taking it right now. And uh-oh, level 4 is ladder blocked.
Yeah, got the item, you're just gonna have to come back later when you have the ladder.
So that's at least 2 dungeons that are ladder blocked right now. Well, maybe level 6 will have something better. Slidick is able to bomb around.
Yeah, at this point, you're thinking 6 or 5, maybe 8 has. Something's got to unlock more levels here, unless East Death Mountain has everything. Hi, Triforce on the ground.
And Sydarial greets it with lots of love and affection. Now, question is, will he re-enter?
It's level 6. You tend to not want to re-enter level 6 if you can at all help it. He might be on a quest for bombs at this point.
Yeah, as I said, I've only seen 2 shops that have them in Hello Wizrobes.
Yeah, this level 6 looks nasty.
Case in point. Ouch.
Blue Wizrobes in this game do not mess around. They want you out of their territory.
Alright. Forgotten spot, we've seen this warp, but we haven't seen the 4th location. Where will it take us? Raft.
So Raft now just has 1 spot it blocks, but it could very well be a level there. You never know.
Yeah, these warps were not that great. I mean, kinda, sort of. I can only give them a C.
Well, it took him up to the grave area where the sword was, so it had that benefit at least. And there's our blob of a map.
Yeah, chat, name that ink blot. Oh, that's interesting. Slidick took the long way to get there. There is no rule that says that if there's a transport staircase that you have to, only reach that area with the transport. So there you go. Slidick finds the Triforce, just taking a leisurely stroll through Wizrobe Lane.
Yeah, and he's not going to go back in there. There's the potential for the item to be behind like a ton of Wizrobes and then just to be a banana. Yeah, you don't want that. Now Sydarial has his bomb upgrade. Matches Slidick.
Level 5 may be ladder block too.
There's a strong possibility, yeah.
I mean, unless we can bomb our way around. Not that way. Because this room was a bomb upgrade room, I don't think you can bomb north from here. You can bomb west,
You can't,
though.
but you can go west, yeah. But it's another old man.
Can we bomb again? Not west. Not south. Troll game.
So strong possibility you need to bomb north of that river. It's not guaranteed yet, but yeah, that's the most likely. Shapes, they tend to build upward, so gotta come back with the ladder.
Unless this Patra's guarding it. Patra's guarding it! Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. If this actually has something like a ladder in here, this is huge for Slidick.
Ooh, nice bombs with the... Nice bombing against the Vires. Fortunately, they're not super Vires, and... Staircase. Transport.
Another potential room.
Yep, the Manhandla room is a potential second quest room. It may be. Recorder.
Well, could be required, and it does help with dungeon backtracking. It's an easy way to get back to level 7, to get to that East Death Mountain.
Indeed. So, Patra guards the recorder? It doesn't have the same ring as Patra guards the map.
Or like Patra guards the bomb hole.
Still doesn't have the same ring. Also, Sydarial does have the any key now, I don't want to forget that.
Yeah. It's always nice to not have to worry about keys. At that point, you're just like, okay, a key door is the same thing as an open door to me now.
Alright, we have a tunnel, let's take advantage of it. Darknuts greet Slidick. And there is the second Patra. I believe level 5 is only going to have 2 bosses, so we've encountered both Patras at this point.
And this one's just kind of right in front of a key door, and they do too much damage.
Yeah, Patras are having none of it today.
At this point, if I'm Slidick, I might just come back after I get like the red ring from the coast.
Yeah, at this point, I have to agree. The question is, where is that ladder right now? Now, level 8, we didn't see Slidick go after either of the items in here. Just found the Triforce and chose to leave. Level 6, I don't think our runners were able to do too much in there.
Well, it was a giant blob. They could potentially find the item in there somewhere.
Good point. Level 2 is ladder blocked. We are missing levels 1 and 3, as well as 9. And I believe that will then cover all of our levels.
I believe so. And at this point, I would strongly be considering going to that East Death Mountain and hoping 1 or 3 is there with the ladder.
But I think Slidick wants to attempt to race against the Patra, or nope, we have a bomb hole north of the jackpot room. Suspiciously empty room. Uh-oh, tea room.
Yeah, and this could be the Triforce, but fighting those blue dark nuts, they will kill you in 1 hit when you have just 2 hearts.
Indeed. And, oh, the race I was in last time, there was a Triforce in that room. It wasn't fun discovering that.
Yeah, no compass either. Compass would at least tell you what you have to defeat. Oh, and trying to get past them, but the dark nuts have none of it. Sydarial smokes a Dodongo, gets some free bombs. It's always nice.
Alright, Sydarial sees the Triforce, going to leave it behind for a bit. Now, where is Slidick heading?
I'm not sure. Is Slidick the one that died up here, or was that Sydarial? I know one of them died trying to check Vanilla 5. It does look like Slidick. Oh, and Slidick dies on this screen again. That screen does not want him there.
The Pole's voice have spoken. You must go away. Seriously, though, I mean, I guess I don't mind too much with Pole's voice in the overworld, especially with early... Ah, thank you there, old man. Level 1 is in Death Mountain. But having to deal with Lionels and Wizros potentially in the same room in a dungeon. That's not nice. Also, there's the third bomb shop.
So, if you're Sydarial, do you keep digging out this item? I guess he's really committed to it at this point. It's pretty deep in. But he does know level 1 is free.
Honestly, I would dig it too. And, well, hopefully this room has it. Slidick has to be careful, down to 1 heart. And no, the block does not move.
Slidick hadn't found that before, and there you go. Another heart.
And another Chevy room. The items in level 8 may be ladder blocked.
That or they're behind some random bomb wall. Just never know. Does look likely that Slidick's gonna find level 1. Or
Nope,
3!
level 3!
So with that, we're just kind of missing where 9 is exactly. We know 1's up on Death Mountain, there's not too many more spots for that. But 9 is still kind of... where could that one be?
Indeed. There are 3 squares in the Death Mountain area that have been unaccounted for. Spectacle Rock, 1 west, and 1 southeast, in relation to Spectacle Rock.
Are we dealing with the segmented 3? Staircase says yes.
I am still amazed that the Zelda 1 engine actually allows pushing a block on top of another block. That just seems wrong. Old man, that's a thing you shouldn't do. I mean, you shouldn't push a block onto another block. Of course I'm going to panic.
Well, hey, found the right bomb hole to get the map to show us, hey, that's a shape. Name that ink block, chat. I'm going with guy jumping over a hurdle. Some sort of person.
My apologies, I felt the seed was speaking to me there for a little bit.
You did roll it, Wolfman.
That I did. That I did. I don't know what to name that ink blot. Ooh! Goma may block an item.
And it looks like Sydarial's still in 8. It's been a good amount of time here. Might be going back for the Triforce now?
Alright, this should be the item. All hail!
At this time in the race, 40 plus minutes in, no time for a wooden boomerang.
Wait a second. That's... Fred?
Hey! Everybody's grabbing Triforces in this match.
For those that didn't understand my explanation, whichever word works, Fred is the creator of Zelda Randomizer, and whenever anything appears in its vanilla location, sometimes we just shout his name.
Well, there's the 4th small secret. That is not level 1.
2 spots left. Level 1 in Spectacle Rock.
It's looking like level 9 is going to be either Raft, Recorder, or Power Bracelet. Since Sydarial checked the other spot I think we hadn't seen, and that was not level 9.
The one in between both levels 1 and 3 and then 1 down, right?
Correct. He was just there, it was nothing.
I had missed that square, thank you. So, folks, we have a mystery item needed for level 9. right now, Slidick has the recorder. If level 9 is in Recorder Lake, then Slidick is effectively, well, still not in go mode because we still need the ladder, but we know the ladder cannot be in level 9.
That Gibdo has something.
Looks like a
Hi,
red candle. And a Triforce and a Cellar item, I think. Unless this level 1 is segmented. It's not! There's the ladder! Level 1 is free!
Free ladder, right into the Triforce. Easy game, right? You just have to get all the way up here on Death Mountain.
And with that, Slidick has a 5-3 lead.
No real easy way to get to that red ring, and he probably wants to check that one last spot over here before he leaves this area entirely. Oh, right, he never checked the waterfall because Vanilla 5 kept giving him the business. So he's going over that way.
Neither runner chooses to pick up the normal boomerang. TGE is going to be so disappointed in them.
Well, there's always the possibility of a surprise magic boomerang pickup in 2. You never know.
That is a good point. Let's at least go over the items that we know right now. We know that level 1 contains the red candle and the ladder, level 3 the boomerang, level 4 the magical key, level 5 the recorder, level 7 the silver arrows. The coast contains the red ring, the Armos Knights had the bow, and the White Sword Cave was the heart container. We are still missing the magical boomerang, the wand, the book. I haven't memorized all of them yet, and I know I should have by now. It's just a lot of items to keep up with.
Power Bracelet and Raft.
Yeah, Power Bracelet, Raft. There's still one more we're missing. And I actually said the book, which feels awkward, because that's the one item I should forget about.
No, I believe you got all of them. I believe we're just missing the 5 items there. 2 of which cannot be in 9. They're going to be in either 2, 5, or 8.
We're missing the white sword.
Oh, the white sword. Oh, yeah, I guess that's an item.
Well, Slidick now has the red ring, and Sydarial is able to now pick up said red ring.
Oh, I think I see what got me. I think you said magical key when we found that.
I did say magical key, yes, because that's technically the English name. Maybe I should have used Almighty Key for the Japanese version, or any key for the memes. I don't know.
Yeah, I always go with any key. Alright, Slidick, is there a bone wall north of there, just out of curiosity? No. Alright, gotta go right of this Patra.
Cyclone GU, I actually may debate borrowing Master Key. So yeah, levels 2, 5, and 4 were all ladder blocked, I believe.
Well, we haven't seen the ladder block in 5 yet. You were able to bomb right, and it kind of depends on where the Triforce is in here.
Oh right, it was Patra blocked. My apologies.
But definitely 2 and 4.
Alright, Sydarial now has the letter. That'll help with purchasing potions later.
Nice ladder clip there by Slidick to get over the tea room.
And just skips over a key. Are these wall masters guarding it?
Sydarial with a quick level 2 dive. Hasn't even picked up the red ring yet. We'll see if that comes into play.
Alright, Slidick is now above the Patra, or one more to the left, and ew, Toll. Well, not that bad, because after all, infinite minus 5 is infinite.
Yeah, so that old man, not a threat in this seed at all, once you get the Any Key.
Crazy, I believe the Wallmasters have normal health, actually. At least if I counted the hits correctly.
Yeah, I believe they do.
That's a lot of red dark nuts.
And Wallmasters were guarding the Triforce in 2. Still gonna dig out the item, though.
Makes sense. Wand!
Guaranteed range without the cost of a silver arrow ruby. Not bad.
Alright, so... Power Bracelet and Raft are 2 items that have to be found outside of level 9. So... that means White Sword, Book, and Magical Boomerang are... the other 3. And they can be anywhere.
And we still don't know if Raft or Power Bracelet is required for level 9.
Or Recorder.
Yeah. Because we haven't tested Recorder Lake yet.
That is correct. If it is Recorder Lake, right now Slidick has the advantage. Otherwise, we're going to see our runners have to dive into other places. And oh, if this Patra is guarding the Triforce piece in level 5, that would be cruel.
Yeah, the one good thing about the wand for Sydarial, this Patra will go down a lot quicker. Wood Sword, very slow. Wood Sword and Wand, a lot faster.
Especially if you can pull off the Wand Sword glitch. Have both weapons strike the enemy on the same frame, and both weapons do damage. I actually once tried to pull off an arrow sword simultaneous glitch before, but I don't think I got the timing right. Maybe once. Well, it wasn't there, but
Nope.
there is a room to the south.
And Sydarial gets the free Triforce in level 4. Oh. Okay then.
It was
You
the
know
other
that
Patra!
Well, that's kind of trolly game.
Thank you, I'll be here all night. Sydarial has taken a huge lead from behind. However, that lead may drain. 10 hearts, not enough.
Yeah, in Randomizer, 10 hearts is the least where you have the chance. It's just 20%. It could be all the way up to 14. 15, yeah. 12 is standard, 14 is, yeah, that would not be fun.
And I just realized, even though Sydarial's in the lead, no matter what, Sydarial's gonna have to go back into a dungeon to double dip it. Unless the Recorder is found in level 5, double dipping is most likely going to be required.
A lot's going to depend on the path Sydarial takes in this 5. Slidick had a really bad 5. Had to kill both Patras. Yeah, it's been a rough 5 for him.
However, keep in mind that the Patra is going to be found before the Recorder.
Well, at this point, Sydarial knows he does not have the way to get to level 9. He is missing an item. And he's in 5, you would think, and he's bypassing the Patra, so it's going to be a while.
I forget which screen had the Recorder. That's going to be big.
Slidick got it relatively quickly. I think Sydarial's likely going to get it soon, too. I think it's this screen here.
I think you're right. So, where is Slidick going? Level 4. Makes sense. Just easy Triforce.
Yeah, Slidick's going to pick up the Triforce in 4, and then go to 2 and knock that out real quick. And then likely go to Recorder Lake and see if, by some chance, hey, it's 9 and I can enter it.
Alright, just has to get across. There we go, Slidick is good. Sydarial, Did Sydarial pick up the recorder? I had missed that.
Sydarial did pick up the recorder. And now he's going to take the passage stair. We'll see if he's able to determine where the compass is. It's through a bomb wall, so he's going to need to get the map first, and yeah.
And then find the compass, and then realize, oh gosh, I have to go back to the beginning. Okay, hold on, folks. We have a Recorder Lake check-in coming. Is level 9 here?
Oh, hello, level 9.
Both runners have what they need. So that means Power Bracelet and Raft are irrelevant for today.
Now, notably, Sydarial has not picked up the red ring, and Patra's like, get out of here, buddy.
I'm pretty sure Sydarial did see the red ring on the coast. Now, I may be mistaken, and if I am, that's going to hurt the chances even more.
Yeah, the longer he's in here without a red ring, the rougher it's going to be for him.
And I remember that this level 2 was quick. So that means we're heading into level 9 very soon, folks. So while we're taking care of final preparations, please remember to give our runners a follow, because they are certainly giving us an excellent race. And do not forget about following, you know, my commentary partner Thorwolf.
And follow Wolfman2000 and Speed Gaming too. Our tracker Cyclone GU. Thanks for tracking.
Indeed. This is a team effort, so it couldn't have been done with any single one of us.
Alright, Sydarial making a good move here. Gonna go over to the coast. Like, I'm tired of these Patras and their issues. Let me get that red ring.
I don't believe this Goma had anything. Okay, just the map. I don't think we've seen this ink blot yet. Looks like a house with smoke coming out of the chimney.
I was thinking snail.
Snail also works.
And Sydarial just leaving that Patra alive, doesn't want to kill him. Gonna find out sooner or later. Yeah, you gotta.
Wallmasters, yep. I don't think Slidick is going to go after the wand. Well, may now.
Nah, he's not even looking in that room. It does have a wand, so his combat's gonna be a little slower against the Patras if he's fighting any.
Well, it's level 9. There's going to be Patras.
There's definitely gotta be Patras, but do you have to fight any? We don't know. Depends on where Ganon and Zelda are.
Sydarial's fighting one Patra now. Down to half a heart. Red ring cannot protect forever. And only bombs. Ooh, Sydarial's going to be so frustrated at that part. Alright, level 9. Slidick is hoping for two things. First thing, finding where the beast is located, Ganon. Now, fortunately, Ganon makes things a little easy, because Ganon is loud, and Ganon is proud, perhaps a little too much. As Slidick explores these rooms, he will hear Ganon roar. Upon hearing that roar, you just have to go one more room, north, south, east, or west, and you will find him. The only possible exception is if there's a spoiled brat of a Patra that chooses to yell even louder because Patras just don't care.
Patras are also loud and proud.
No, they're just loud. Ganon is the one who's actually proud. Patras are annoying.
Fair enough.
The second thing that Slidick is looking for, during the explorations, if there is a shutter door that does not open upon defeating all the enemies, then that is where the kidnapped Zelda lies. Note that if the beast is taken out first, then that door will immediately open.
Another thing to note for level 9, there are 3 old men room. They might have hints, they might have community nonsense. They could be a give me your bombs or 5 keys. Or the magic grumbles might want some bait. But if they're so lucky to actually get a helpful old man, they might get a hint as to the quadrant Ganon's in, quadrant Zelda's in, the enemy that guards the compass, or learning that, hey, silvers aren't here, which is totally meaningless to them right now.
If the silver arrows were in level 9, then that silver hint would say which quadrant they're in.
Correct. At this point, if they do get the silver hint, it's just going to say, it lies elsewhere. Get out of here. Which they both know. And Sydarial's really having a rough 5 here. Basically just like Slidick did. Didn't kill the first Patra, and has not found the map to locate the bomb wall yet. That will at least tell him compass, but if he kills this Patra, that'll be good for him. And these Wizrobes in 9. Ugh. Wood sword versus Wizrobes. Not something you want to do.
Unfortunately, may not have a choice because Wizrobes guard the compass.
Well, I don't know if I'd take the time to kill the Wizrobes. Alright, Sydarial has gotten his final Triforce.
The Triforce of Wisdom has been assembled by both runners, so now it's just a matter of where's the beast and where's the kidnapped.
Well, at this point, Sydarial's going to check Recorder Lake because he has a recorder. He doesn't have a power bracelet, he doesn't have a raft, and he... well, I guess he didn't check something up here? Or he just recorded to the wrong spot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't always keep the counts correct on my end, so it makes sense.
And this level 9 has not been forthcoming with either Ganon or Zelda.
Indeed. Both runners are in level 9. Level 9 is also known as the Great Equalizer because sometimes one choice out of fork means all the difference. Also, resources matter. Now, keys are not going to matter as much here, but bombs, they can still matter.
Does look like Sydarial might be taking a slightly different path. Didn't go immediately up at start, so this could be a really close race here.
And the interesting thing is we're still missing a lot of items here. No matter what, we're not going to know the full setup of where everything is.
We do hear Ganon, and I think we have Slidick's sound up. And we found Zelda.
Oh, Ganon and Zelda are right nearby!
Right near, yeah.
Just 2 rooms away. 15 plus or minus 2 wooden sword swings away from victory.
No potion, but you have a red ring. You can take a lot of hits. If you can get a stun lock, though, that would be really great.
Going for the stun lock on the right corner. And
Ganon's doing some dancing.
but unfortunately, ooh, still has some moonwalking abilities left. I spoke too soon. Ganon is down.
And with Zelda right nearby, unless she's in some sort of trollish room, this is going to be a GG for Slidick.
Better hope it's not a horizontal shoot. It's not! Everyone, get your GGs in chat. Because Slidick has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, 46 seconds.
GG's to Slidick. Just a little over an hour for this seed. Not bad.
And now Sydarial has to make his way through.
Which, as soon as he's able to find the path, he's likely going to find both of them.
I don't remember if this room had anything. This looks like a potential trap room. Oh, never mind. We have bomb holes. Okay, there were traps just next door.
Yeah, and Sydarial's on the opposite side of where he needs to be at this moment. Keeps taking staircases, though. See if any of these lead him to where he wants to go.
That may be a good room. If Sydarial can head north and then east, then there we go.
I want to say this is the path Slidick took, but not sure.
I don't think we're on the same path anymore, Thurwolf.
Oh, no, definitely not. Left turn at Albuquerque. We're going somewhere special now.
Alright, folks, Slidick has chosen not to join for a voice interview. You know, not all of our runners wish to do that for various reasons, so still, give Slidick some more GGs, please.
And it looks like Sydarial's quest continues to find the path. Now, I don't know if Slidick took a staircase to find his way up into the northwest, or if there was a bomb wall over there. Didn't catch that.
I think it was either a bomb wall, or it was just basically straight north and then east.
Well, even when you get down to 6 bombs, you start kind of worrying about it, because there's a lot of walls, and if they don't bomb, those bombs can go quickly.
I do not have a Sydarial's personal stream up right now, but does anyone know if Sydarial attempts to map out level 9?
That I do not know. And I also don't have it up. Some people map using Z-Helper, others do paper, others just try to keep it all in their head, which I could never do. 9 is just too big and complicated for me.
I've actually done it, for the record. I have actually memorized going through 9 before. It is a pain.
Sounds like too much work to me. I do this to relax. I don't need that.
It'll be easier for me to relax when, well, I get knocked out. I know I will be knocked out in 2 weeks' time. I'm already calling it, but...
Hey, you never know. It's Randomizer. Things happen. Bomb walls happen.
You are correct. Anything can happen with Randomizer.
That's one of the fun things about playing Randomizer. You just never really know what you're going to get when you play one of these seeds.
Alright, I think Sydarial is on the right path right now. According to Sydarial, there is a bomb wall that Sydarial has to go through.
Yeah, I think Sydarial skipped bombing that one wall and just bombed the room next door, which didn't go anywhere. Now he's kind of spinning his wheels here. Hi, Chevy Room. You're not relevant. Unless you have a map, but no.
I will admit, I said this earlier, I still miss the Patra has the map hint, because that was at least, you know, a decent hint. It gave you a rough idea of where to go. Also, this is the room where I believe you have to bomb hole north or east to continue.
I think it's one room west that you bomb north, because that room he tried bombing before. It's the staircase, I think.
Ah. You know what, that probably makes sense.
And these wizards are having none of it. Just saying, don't go in the stair. You've been there.
But Sydarial is trying to block clip in anyway.
Oh, using up his last potion. Well, when you're in 9 for long enough, it starts to really grind you down, even with the red ring. There's our reward. A book.
That's not a reward.
Oh, he is. He's gonna go for it. Success. So this is good.
Cyclone GU. Wrong game. Yeah, a number of us have crossed over from Zelda 1 Randomizer to Link to the Past Randomizer and vice versa. But regardless of the game, you still have a pig to beat. Sydarial now has to land the required number of hits with the wooden sword.
Which, he's got a lot of health, as long as Ganon cooperates, and he's trying to get that stun lock. No luck so far. Ganon has a 50-50 of appearing in either the bottom left or bottom right. This looks good.
No dancing, so I believe Sydarial is getting the intended correct frame. There we go.
Yep.
And fortunately, Sydarial did notice the closed shutter. It opens. And thus, Sydarial has completed his journey. Second place.
Get your
Official
GGs
SRL
in there.
time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, 53 seconds.
Still a good time. Just not as fast as Slidick went through it. But this is double elimination. Neither of our runners are out. Slidick stays in the winner's bracket. Sydarial gets to move down. Slidick has to face Yunos. Sydarial's matchup is not to be determined yet. There's still a lot more races that have to happen before we figure out who he's going to match up against.
And with that, I believe we have Sydarial in the commentator's booth. GG, sir.
GG's.
So, a lot of ladder blocks that seed. What were your thoughts with it?
Now Sydarial's fixing some issues. So there's a lot of Zelda 1 randomizer action going on. But I believe after this, on this channel, the Zelda 2 weekly randomizer is going to stream. So that'll be interesting. I think that's at the top of the hour.
And don't forget the other tournament matches that are coming up. Actually, we have one right now. The Seawolf 1 versus Paratrooper 1 is on Randomania 2 right now. Dig Shake versus Imasock, Randomania at 11 p.m. all times Eastern. Skybills versus Ryan 7 will be 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on Speed Gaming. Pierpont Lemkin versus Matrick at 11 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on Speed Gaming 3. Thank you again to Cyclone GU for the text announcements there.
Yeah, a lot of Zelda 1 randomizer action, and it's just going to keep coming week after week as we continue going deep into these brackets.
Sydarial, have you fixed up your mic over there? I'm sorry, I couldn't tell. I think you are trying to say something, but it's not coming in clear.
Is it good now?
I hear you now.
Okay.
GG Sydarial.
GG.
GG. So, thoughts on the seed?
It would have been, I think, a decent seed for the most part for me if I just could have found a bomb on Death Mountain when I was up there. Because I was searching a lot for the ladder, which was in level 3, which if I had some bombs I would have found.
Level 1, actually. Level 3 had the normal boomerang.
Okay. Well, I knew it was one of those two right up there.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. If that blue guy drops a bomb on that screen that had level 3, might have changed the outcome of the race, but
Yeah,
so it goes.
Yeah, I was killing Grias and blue Octoroks up there, and nothing was wanting to drop it. And then I ended up searching through 8 and not finding a single item, which was really surprising. With all the rooms that looked like push blocks.
Yeah, we never saw a single item from 8.
Yeah, I suspect that both items were ladder blocked in 8, because there were 1 or 2 rooms where you needed the ladder in order to cross them.
Mm-hmm. It was probably like the Raft, Power Bracelet, or White Sword at that point, I'm guessing.
Yeah, neither of you found the raft or the power bracelet this seed, which, I'm gonna be honest, by the time you completed the Triforce of Wisdom, how nervous were you that you were going to have to actually search for them?
Well, I knew I had to search for one of the 3, because I had all the of those spots searched, so I was like, well, one of those 3 is required for level 9. So I got the whistle in 5, tried that one, and ended up working out. If not, I was going back into 8th search, because 2 items there, and I know the raft and the power bracelet can't be a 9, so.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was either the only other items we never saw were the White Sword, as you mentioned, and Magic Boomerang. So somewhere between 6, 8, and 9, you had those 2 items.
Hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I searched a lot through 8 and searched a lot through 5 for no reason.
Yeah, Slidick had the same issue with 5. Neither of you wanted to kill that first Patra. Don't blame you.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting a bomb wall on the side of that room either. I was expecting a north bomb wall.
Yeah, I was too, to be honest.
So, Sydarial, with this unfortunate loss, you're not out of the tournament yet, but you are placed in the loser's bracket. You will be facing one of these 4 opponents depending on how this week and next week end up. Skybills, Ryan 7, the Seawolf 1, or Paratrooper 1. Out of those 4, who would you rather face the most, and who would you rather face the least?
I probably would want to face the least, probably Paratrooper or Skybills. So I think they're really good C1R players.
Yeah, they're all solid players. I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to face any. Well, you got to face someone.
Yeah, I mean, this bracket stage is anybody's game, really. Anything can happen.
Are you glad you don't get to face Unos next round?
I would like to have stayed in the winner's bracket. At least have my extra life still there. Because again, anything can happen.
That is very true.
I think it was one of the earlier Swiss stages. He got lost in level 9 for like half hour, and I ended up beating him. So
Alright, do you have any last thoughts, Sydarial?
not really. I think one of the funniest parts of the scene was like the first 2 items I found were bow and silver arrows. I was kind of laughing.
That happened to both of you.
Yeah, because we're both searching for the wood sword, which happened to be there. I think Vanilla 6 or at the graveyard spot.
It was Vanilla 6, yes.
So might as well search that area while you were up there. And it was early in 7 you found it, so it's nice.
Yeah, you were both in the Silver Arrow room at the exact same time fighting the Dark Nuts.
I'm assuming he had bombs left over after that, so he found 3 in 1 when he was up there.
He actually didn't. He did have the bomb upgrade, but he didn't check East Death Mountain for a while.
Okay.
It took a while for both of you to get that. He did get up there before you did.
Okay.
Alright, with that in mind, give it up once more for Slidick and Sydarial. Please give them both a follow if you haven't already.
Yeah, give all our runners a follow. And follow Wolfman, great commentator, does a lot of Z1R commentary, and Link to the Past, too. There's a lot of fun stuff going on.
Don't
With
forget
randomizers.
Thorwolf over here.
He's some scrub.
And with that in mind, I think we are going to wrap things up. As we've already stated, lots of randomizer action going on right now and in the coming days, so find a match that you like, or maybe try it out yourself. So with that in mind, I am Wolfman2000, signing off. Watch out for Wizrobes.
Enjoy your day, everybody. This is Their Wolf. I'm out.